Despots, dictators, or the ineffectual and bumbling have assumed political power in many countries, and the average everyday citizen, i.e. you and me, may be feeling helpless, hopeless, and despairing. Hard-won women's rights are being decimated globally, including the right to have control over one's own body. Costs of living are spiralling, locking many people out of achieving basic goals like home and food security. Climate change is a reality we can no longer avoid. We have survived one pandemic, with zoonosis likely to contribute to other pandemics arising within our lifetime. The question for most of us might be, how do I live through these times and hold on to hope, both for myself and for the future of the world? Apart from big events like a pandemic, most of us carry burdens that feel unique to us, yet many of these burdens are also universal. Broken hearts, sadness, anger, anxieties, worries, regrets, big feelings, illness, unwanted life changes, isolation and loneliness, trauma. It is guaranteed that each of us will experience at least some of these over the course of a well-lived human life. Some of us will integrate this life pain into our experiences, but many of us will struggle to make sense of it and may become stuck in widening loops of emotional pain and questioning. Why? Why me? Why now? Psychologically, too, the world feels like a dangerous place. Violence is common, conversation is polarised, with little tolerance of dissenting views, and the world is riskier, with people banding into tight-knit communities and excluding others. Bullying and harassment are rife. Some social groups are treated very poorly, while others hold power and resources. We have learnt to numb ourselves to this by acquiring things or sinking into mindless entertainment. We self-soothe and we self-stimulate, anything to ensure we don't feel. While many of us, especially in the West, were raised to believe that we can and should have it all, the world has changed such that this may no longer be possible, and, to be fair, it never truly was. Many of us feel socially disconnected but virtually hyperconnected. We're stressed, burnt out, anxious, sad, and hopeless. We are physically more comfortable than we've ever been, but psychologically tortured. Many of us are struggling with mental health and don't understand why. In these difficult times, it is important to have a good framework for living. And to build one, we need to think about our assumptions of the world and the ways in which we manage our lives. We need a deep understanding of the underlying factors that allow us to appreciate the colour in life. Real social connections, emotional well-being, realistic expectations of what life is likely to offer, some acceptance of the inevitability of distress, and the capacity to question our own thinking. We need to find meaning that encompasses more than acquiring things or finding pleasure, and to recognise what we truly value and why we value the things we do. People who have a strong framework for living are better able to make sense of hard times. During the pandemic, this meant that some people could put in place simple actions, like planning regular walks with friends during lockdowns instead of the dinners and other social activities that were common pre-pandemic, and could understand why these behaviours helped, i.e., exercise releases endorphins, and establishing meaningful routines that control things within one's sphere and letting go of the rest are powerful psychological tools. So too is the ability to keep in mind that the lockdowns were put in place to protect each other. Making conscious choices about living, according to a broader framework, stood people in much better stead than those who tried to enact certain behaviours without really understanding what they were feeling, why they were feeling as they were, or how to soothe those emotions. Building and living according to a meaningful framework helps us cope with specific mental health issues and can be beneficial for anyone who finds life difficult or tedious at times. The set of skills and practices that make up the framework I present in this book are ones I built up slowly, over a decade of personal therapy, psychology study, and research. I continue to draw on these skills and insights, and they support me as I navigate the swings and roundabouts of human life, with all its joys, sorrows, and attendant fluctuations. This framework is not built on avoidance of distress, but rather is designed to help us notice it, name it, understand it, and soothe it. It incorporates a range of psychological skills based on broader philosophical and psychological practices and research.